Two women are currently receiving treatment at a hospital in Kasoa in the central region after they collapsed from shock when fire destroyed their wares at Kasoa Old Market. The two were among scores of traders who looked on helplessly as more than 200 containers and market stores went up in flames. Komladum has more in this report.
The fire started at dawn from one of the stalls in the overcrowded market. For hours, firefighters struggled to bring the blaze under control. Over 200 containers and stalls belonging to the traders were razed down completely with nothing left to salvage. Some traders lamented that goods worth several thousands of cedis have been lost to the fire.
I went to get a new consignment only yesterday, but it's all burnt to ashes now. I am helpless. We appeal for help. It's never happened before.
3 shops are there. Entire 4.
We have 4 shops selling cosmetics, provisions, among others. Everything is gone. We are students. How are we going to recover our loss? We appeal to the government to come to our aid.
Where are we going to get all this sauce? All is bent.
My sister Penny Frame said, Mimbra na ejomu shi baby eto ne ma na esi. Am parents mi ba en so na me ne ma me so ni na ahye. Me bibia esi, obibia esi.
According to the fire service, a lack of access to the market contributed to the mass destruction. They, however, say non-adherence to market safety regulations is the primary cause of the fire. Mr. Julius Kuno is Deputy Chief Fire Officer.
This oil, cereals, that's beans, corn, we even have flour, used clothing, foods for sale, and cosmetics, they were all involved in containers, and the segregation was just very bad. Over 100 containers at the area. We really have to adhere to fire safety measures. Our men, they've been coming to educate them of how to take care of their stores, how to ensure that there's proper housekeeping, how to ensure that if there's fire, at least we should be able to move in, but they don't adhere to that. We shall come again and we shall continuously indicate them until they adhere to our fire safety education tidbits. Weeping.
Meanwhile, Municipal NADMO Coordinator Charles Kumsin tells Joy News the 2 traders who collapsed were rushed to the hospital despite the absence of an ambulance.
Binma collapse so far I'm just nipa 2 na ma tese o ma collapse a omodo omko na omodo omko omodi yusu MP no the car ne vehicle and omodo omko ama MP no so edi akiri eko clinical.
2 persons collapsed at the site of the fire, burning down their wares, and were rushed to the hospital in the MP's car. It was devastating. We appeal to the affected traders to be calm as we investigate the extent of the damage and subsequently submit a report to the headquarters for action.
Investigation. At the moment, China, you be taking assessments with the extent of the damage. Now, the report at headquarters.
The Municipal Chief Executive Officer of the area noted the Assembly will soon embark on a sensitization drive to decongest various markets in the area to avoid future fires.
Nursing mothers in Ghana would have to wait for some few more days before having their babies vaccinated against polio, and this is following the shortage of the vaccine in the country over the past 2 months. Well, most health facilities in Ghana have run short of the vaccine, which is among a list of drugs used for protecting children against some of the world's most deadly diseases. Joy News' Matilda Pamaga has more in the following report.
I'm looking at what my child is going to go through with this polio, people holding stick and all that.
I don't want to blame my grandmother that it's witchcraft that has gotten my child. So like in a way it is. So that is my most fear, that my ward may not work well.
These are the fears of Sewa, a nursing mother for her 11-week-old baby who for the second time has missed his polio immunization. Sewa represents a large number of nursing mothers in Ghana who for more than 8 weeks have not been able to get polio vaccines for their babies.
This is my third child. It's very worrying because from the 3rd month, kids start developing well, their brains, their neck gets into position, their arms and all that. So the bones and everything too will start working from the leg part. They need to be, the kid needs to have immunization for polio so that he will be relieved from that polio infection and all that. I don't want my ward to go through that. When we went for the weighing and they told me the first time that they were going to have it, I was so certain that definitely they were going to have it. But till now, they're not having. I'm sure it's all over. Your ward can't walk and you have to hold a stick, you a mother, and you know there are means for you to get him to walk at an early stage, and you avoided that means for providing the child the ability to walk, then I don't see you as a mother.
Poliomyelitis is a highly infectious disease caused by a virus and mainly affects children under 5 years of age. It invades the nervous system and can cause total paralysis. The polio vaccines are usually administered to newborn babies to fight this deadly childhood disease. Ghana's inability to pay for last 3 years' supplies procured from the United Nations Fund, UNICEF, the international body that procures the vaccine, necessitated the shortage, which is expected to affect the health of under 5 years children if it lingers. Oxygen Wula is the head of Disease Control and Prevention Unit of Accra Metro Health Directorate.
Now we don't have the polio vaccine available. So any guardian or parents or mother who went to vaccination center, they will not be served with polio vaccine. They should not be worried. Very soon we will have some in the country and they will be vaccinated accordingly. As it stands now, we can't talk much about it because the vaccines are not available.
But the absence of these vaccines, do they pose any threats to the health of the baby?
Not exactly, because we are almost vaccinating the children and there's a herd immunity in the system for now. Or it may be it may take a longer time before we'll start to see such deficiencies, or people will start complaining, or there will be health-related issue attached to it. But as it stands now, we are in a good state for now, although we don't have the vaccines. But we pray that as the national said they will be bringing it by the end of the month, they should make it available for the children to be protected against poliomyelitis. It's finished. The national doesn't have it, so there's no way we can get it within Ghana.
Even when I use protocol?
No, even if with protocol or without protocol, they are not available. Especially, I will only talk for Accra Metro. I don't know of other regions. For Accra Metropolitan Health Directorate, we don't have polio vaccine.
Ghana has made giant strides in the fight against childhood killer diseases, especially polio, which kills or cripples children for life. Since the outbreak of polio in 2008, no case of polio has been recorded in Ghana as of 2015. But stakeholders fear that the shortage could spell doom for the country and erode gains made over the period if the situation is not immediately addressed. For Joy News, Matilda Pumagam, Accra.
Now let's turn attention to some politics. And the acting national chairman of the ruling New Patriotic Party, Frederick Blay, has charged communicators to increase their activities in the media to counter any falsehoods or propaganda propagated by the NDC functionaries against the government. Frederick Blay was addressing MPP members at the Bonafu Regional Delegates Conference in Sunyai. Nestor Kafria Juma reports for Joy News.
Acting National Chairman of the NPP, Freddie Blay, emphasized that Ghanaians could be discouraged if constituency executives Communicators and serial callers allow the NDC to dominate public conversation. He suggested that the current Member of Parliament and constituency executives should be retained in order to consolidate NPP's rule.
God should be behind you. God should give you blessings. And let you work with humility, hard work, honesty, and good intelligence. You definitely need it. But relax. Your government is in power. You have done a good job. Come on, put in in chair. This victory you have in a full opposition. You have the power. In chair, I will have said that for the first time, all the MPs that here you went, even the greater majority of the constituency executive standing, I will have prayed that we maintain you. More so the MP, so that you do good job to help the government achieve its objectives.
Majority Chief Whip and MP for Sunyani East, Kwesi Ameal Treme, called for unity among the rank and file of the NPP in the Bonafo region so that the party will become more attractive. Bonafo Regional Minister Kwekwa Sumatreme asked the teeming numbers of unemployed youth to be patient with the NPP government while jobs are being created.
This is the period for reconciliation. This is the period to look forward to 2020. How do we win 2020? Kwame Beng and I pass why you did 2016. Now, the Shaya Beng and you did go anymore at the Abesha 2016 couldn't be anymore. Kina, 2020 no.
For his part, Bonafo Regional Chairman of the NPP, Thomas Eduapia, advised municipal and district chief executives in the region to develop and maintain good working relationship with constituency executives as well as the grassroots. He appealed to the national executives to help the Bonafo Regional Secretariat with vehicles for monitoring the various constituencies across the region. Nesta Kafuya Jomas report for Joy News.
And in the Upper West region, the acting national chairman of the party, Freddie Blay, again lashed out at the opposition NDC, describing the party as the most corrupt political party ever witnessed or seen in Ghana. Freddie Blay made the statement at the Upper West Regional Delegates Conference. There's more in the following report by Rafiq Salam.
The Upper West Regional Delegates Conference of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, was held on the theme consolidating the gains of election 2016 in the Upper West region for a better future. It was attended by high-profile national executives of the party, including acting national chairman Freddie Blay, acting general secretary John Bwedu, some ministers of state, and some national executive position hopefuls. Upper West regional chairman of the NPP, Alhaji Abdurrahman Abubakar Short, stated that for Ghana to get the requisite development, the NPP needs to be in power for at least 2 decades.
The good policies that have been brought by President Nana Addo and his team, we won't let it go within 8 years. No, we must be in power minimum 20 years so that Ghana will get its requisite development.
Deputy Minister for Roads and Highways, Anthony Yo Abefakabo, assured supporters of the party to exercise restraint as they are working not only to give a facelift to the roads in the region, but building the capacities of members of the party as well.
Yes, there is a problem with roads in our region. We are going to deal with it head on. Especially the first 5 constituencies that we won, they can be sure they will be connected to a highway from the region to all these districts. Some are underway, other jobs are coming, and we are going to do that.
Interior Minister Ambrose Zeri called on supporters of the party to close their ranks and unite to support the president deliver his campaign promises.
We've won 5 seats, but we shouldn't pretend that there were no problems. There would have been problems between us, between we those who were your parliamentary candidates and those who were behind. Today, let's forgive each other and let's stick together.
Acting General Secretary of the MPP, Dwembodu, on his part, used the opportunity to explain to supporters the recent 15 billion Ghana cedis acquired from the Chinese government through partnership. Acting National Chairman of the party, Freddie Blay, who spoke last, then went for the jugular, chastising the NDC for mismanagement and corruption.
MPP is not as corrupt as NDC. MPP will work hard so that we all will gain the benefit that comes after hard working. The NDC was busily sharing poverty. We will be busy sharing opportunity. We will be busy sharing the good things in this country and hard work and spread it. That is why Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo are taking time with his government, coming out with a policy of one factory for one district.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
And that's it for the news. We have a lot more news. We'll be looking at the newspapers. They're already here. And then also we'll look at what the stories are on the various online portals. So we'll do that all in a bit. But in the meantime, you can get interactive through our various platforms we have on Facebook, on WhatsApp. We also have our Twitter handle. And you can watch us live through our channel on YouTube. My Online TV is the name of the channel.